Early trauma affects every part of development, and if children don't get the right support at the right time, it can have long-term impacts on mental and physical health and life chances. The effects are not just emotional. Trauma can affect everything from relationships, learning, physical health, sleep, emotional regulation, concentration, sensory processing, and long-term health and well-being. When children have to live with chronic fear, neglect, instability, or relational harm, their nervous systems can become organised around surviving instead of thriving. This means that it can be hard to recognise and to respond to safety because the brain is hyper-attuned to danger instead. Children will continually scan for danger, and that leaves very little left for play, for exploring, learning, or trust. That can also affect emotional regulation, sleep, concentration, memory, sensory processing, and relationships. The way it shows up varies. One child might react to ordinary boundaries as if they're dangerous. Another might push adults away before they themselves can be rejected. Children who've experienced trauma are not consciously choosing their responses in the way that less well-informed sometimes assume. Many are reacting from states of fear, shame, overwhelm, nervous system states, or emotional survival that they're not aware or in control of. Trauma can also affect development unevenly. A child might appear very capable in some areas, but emotionally much younger in others. They might struggle with transitions, with sensory experiences, rejection, uncertainty, or closeness in relationships. We increasingly understand that trauma is a biological, psychological, relational, and social process. It impacts the whole person, and so it needs a whole person response. We're also starting to understand more about how intergenerational trauma and the ways intersectional disadvantage like racism, social exclusion, inequality can all compound traumatic stress across generations and communities. One piece of good news is that the very thing that gives rise to trauma symptoms, which is the brain and the nervous system's flexibility and adaptability, can also be harnessed for healing. If we can maintain experiences of safety, security, closeness, warmth, and understanding, then eventually children will be able to adapt to their new circumstances and build a new sense of self and relationship. What we're trying to do with ISP's holistic model is to hold all of that complexity in mind, and that's why we offer a pluralistic, child-centred and open-ended therapeutic support. Children do not heal best according to rigid timescales or a one-size-fits-all model. We need their voice to guide us in their healing. Our aim is to ensure that every child has every possible opportunity to recover, develop emotionally, build relationships, and move into adulthood in the strongest possible position for inclusion, well-being, and future life chances.